Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Paulina, and today we have a plan with me in my home planner for the week of the 41st. This is very different from my Hobonichi Weeks Mega, which is my work planner. If you're interested in that, I will leave the link down below. It's just the last video before this. I'll also be using the same stamps that I used in that video. So if you'd like to see more inspiration for use of stamps in your Hobonichi Weeks, then this is the video for you. Make sure to stay until the end. So here I just lined my pages and I made several boxes on the right page, and now I'm going to go ahead and stamp the days of the week on the side before the, I think they call this invisible line, which is not invisible, and then they had to change it to something else, and I forgot that new name. So here I'm just putting the stamps down all over the page. I generally have one, at most two stamps per line or per day. Okay, maybe three, at most three, but no more than that, and only if one of them is quite tiny, just like the pay little stamp. And then I used the same Hello Weekend, and on the right page I stamped highlights and a little Monday through Sunday little decor at the side, and then that little arrow. And unfortunately that one is super thin, so it was very difficult to use. And now I'm going back into those little stamps or stamped images, and I am going to decorate them using my pen. And this is one of the ways that you can keep using the stamps and for them to feel new, even though they're not. You've had them for years and been using them regularly, is to use your pen and decorate around it. So for example, here I wrote down what that image is about and what it will remind me of, and then I've gone back into it and lined the edges with my pen. And I'm going to do the same thing here for pay, but it's not as good as I thought it would be, so maybe I wouldn't do that next time, or a modified version of that next time. It's quite tiny, so that's why I had quite a bit of problems with lining that. And unfortunately I think that footage is in another sequence, so let's see if that really happens. And on the big ones I wrote little details, and that's also something that you can do for decorative stamps. Just stamp lightly. So here I'm lining the pencil. I'm going over it with my pen just to make it stand out a little bit more. I do like the pencil and how it helps me plan my layouts, but in the end I want something darker when I start using the pages. So here I'm just writing down the header, lunch and dinner, because this is going to be my little meal planning area. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier, that I'm going to line the word pay, and I'm just lining the edges. It looks alright, but it's not as pretty as I thought it would be. And then I'm going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the images. And as I mentioned earlier, you can write over the bigger ones, even information. Just make sure that you're using a darker pen, a sharper pen, I would say, like a fine liner or this ballpoint. You can do that with stamps, because stamps generally have fuzzy edges, so that's going to lend itself well with something sharp on top. So here I'm just going to circle the days just to give it a little bit of decor. I didn't want to put any more stamps on here. I think I've had enough stamps. So here I'm just finishing off highlights and writing my to-do list, or more to-do lists on Tuesday. So I'm keeping this pretty much white spaced oriented. I usually put as much information down as I can with very little spaces, but I feel like it has become quite overwhelming, and I'm being forced to write to-do lists or long to-do lists so I could fill out those spaces. and I'm going to stop that this week. So here I've actually put down a decorative stamp, and this is a tiny set of mushrooms, and that is going to mark movie night, although it has the movie we're watching is probably not going to be any mushroom related ones. So here I also stamped special day, because on payday Fridays we usually go out and have a nice dinner somewhere that's still open late at night. My husband works late hours, so we're gonna have to be smart with what we do on Friday nights. So those are the pages, and now we're going to go into the page anatomy. On the left, I have my task lists and reminders. So those are major tasks only. Little ones do not go on there, just to keep it open and lots of space. So I have meal planning, as I've mentioned, and at the bottom I have a little space for journaling to mark things that had happened in the home. Now you'd be wondering where my future logging has gone, and my info dump and mini task list or running task lists. And those go into my notes pages, and this is going to be a weekly supplement for this week. And the first thing I'm actually going to do is to put down this, I think this is called a book dart, and it's from Hobonichi Weeks. I bought another set, and it is currently in my 2024 box of goodies for setting up, and I'm not going to set it up yet. I have been waiting. And on the left page I wrote down the week number and that this is a supplement. And now I'm going to do an 𝒼𝕉𝕒 method, like a proper 𝒼𝕉𝕒 method. I do not really know what the most proper, just very traditional 𝒼𝕉𝕒 method is, but this is as close as I'm gonna get. So I have Monday through Sunday and a letter D. The letter D would mark if that task has been completed. And I think I'm going to move it to the left side, because it's just going to maybe interfere with the rest of the checking off on the left page. I'm going to try a few more ways of doing the 𝒼𝕉𝕒 method later on, so make sure that you are subscribed to this channel to follow me along in this 𝒼𝕉𝕒 method journey. So here I've taken one of these little crayons. I think this is a crayon that's made to look like that. It's in a cartridge, and I use it for planning quite a lot. I really like the yellow one. And then at the bottom I'm going to be logging my spending. If I need more space, I can always do it on the right page, because the little paper with the flower is not permanent. That is going to be my running to buy list. Next week is going to be, or the week that I'm planning is going to be grocery week, so I wanted to take note of the things that I need to buy from the grocery store so that I don't forget anything. And that is the weekly supplement planning stage done, and let's go into page anatomy. I'm starting with the left page where I have my 𝒼𝕉𝕒 method, and this is just a running task list. Underneath that I have my spending log that I will accomplish daily. And of course we have our shopping list that would be removed when it is grocery day. And those are the pages complete. A plan with me, 2-in-1 plan with me. And that's it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want some more planning videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.